Now today I want to go ahead and show you guys my basic top 5 strategies for offense. Now what I mean by that is if you're the type of person who goes all out, you're the first person to throw something at the other person, you're the first person to counter something, you're the patient type of person, you just go all out and you're always on the offense. Instead of someone like me who usually is on the defense and waits for the other person to chuck something at me and I'll be like, alright, let me defend against that, protect my tower, so forth. I do end up saving some elixir, but at the same time it ends up costing me since, well, the other person just constantly keeps throwing things at me, and if they're better and have better troops, well, that's going to be the end of me. So I don't know which one's better defense, but for today, I'll be showing you guys my top 5 strategies for offense, and then next time, I'll be showing you guys my top 5 strategies if you're a defensive type of person. Now, there's one unusual thing about this game. It's very hard to name strategies because you can have up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different troops at one particular time, which is kind of ridiculous. You'll end up having something like B.A.B.Y.I.O.N, Archie, Tesla, I don't even know, guys. But yeah, that's the thing as to why people just can't seem to name any strategies. So we got to think of like a way to name these strategies, right? So in the comment section, tell me what you guys think we should do. Should we take like acronyms? Should we give them actual names like the Batman? Or should we give them numbers? Strategy number 18? I don't know. I can't think of anything, so help me out, guys. So for our first strategy, you guys are looking at it. This is basically if you are a super offensive type of person. As you can see, I have the goblin barrel right here because obviously I want to chuck that first. Archers right here. I got myself a Tesla, which is kind of for defense, but at the same time, I've noticed that a lot of people, as soon as they take out one tower and have a little bit of space on the other side, they like to place down that Tesla on the other side. So basically, all the other troops get sort of distracted and move towards that Tesla. All of a sudden, you can chuck a bomber in there, and guess what? All of a sudden, you've taken out their troops. Barbarians, the fast goblins, even arrows, everything just shouts offensive when it comes to this. Now, I'm actually going to be making my next deck as we go. Bunch of damage, and obviously, it's going to be the Prince because who doesn't like something charging at one of your towers? Next off, we're going to chuck in a dragon in there. I don't know, I love the word chuck right now. I have no clue why. Use a few of these guys. We're going to place these down, and to counter that, we need something with those guys as well. And we are going to, where are you guys? Barbarians. Okay, and they're going to take a little bit of the damage, while these guys are going to do some of the damage. We're going to keep our arrows, get rid of our archers and replace it with a witch, and get rid of our Tesla and replace it with these guys. Okay, and finally, the last thing that I'm going to do is throw in a rocket in there. And you guys have seen many variations of the strategy. Basically, they go all out the whole entire game, and then right towards the end, right as you think that they pretty much failed and won't be able to get your tower, they chuck this rocket at you and manage to get your tower just in time as the clock counts down. Now, this is kind of a strategy that you have to really get good at, and once you do get good at a strategy like this, I really wish I could name these strategies. I'm so sick of saying the strategy. But anyhow, once you get at this, you can pretty much take out any particular troop. Use the Prince to distract a P.E.K.K.A, use the Dragon to distract minions, use these guys to take out a Giant, these guys to take out, I don't know, those guys can distract or destroy any type of troop except their own match. So Barbarians versus Barbarians always ends up evening out. It's always fun to watch who ends up winning that one. Rockets, of course, take out the tower, arrows to take out anything that gets spammed, and these two are a pretty good combo. Chucking a witch, they think that they have to defend against a witch, chucking a barrel, and bang! All of a sudden, you have confused the heck out of them. So that is number 2. So of course, I'm going to get to some higher level troops. So first of all, you want to freeze in there because, of course, you're going to be going in with some complex troops. And you guys have seen this strategy here and there as well. Of course, the Hog and the freeze spell. Next to them, you guys want a... Where are my minions? There they are. Alright, and these guys are basically going to be doing a decent amount of damage, and so is the Hog. Now next off, you need something to take the damage, and in this case, we're actually going to take a Giant troops for our base. So what a lot of people end up doing is using these guys, and of course, using these guys. So sometimes they're considered troop spammers, other times it's just really hard to against this strategy. Now the final thing you guys can kind of mess around with, and that is you guys can either take another building, keep the archer there, or you can do what a lot of people do and take the wizard. Now this is a pretty overpowered, and use this, first of all, it's kind of hard to get all these troops, especially when you first start off, but once you do, I would consider this a completely 3 crown strategy. So if you guys want to go and use this, go for it. Alright, so the next strategy on our list is also quite popular, and it includes the Skeleton. It was a lot more popular before these guys got kind of nerfed, but for the time being, they're still pretty good. Their bombs just explode a little less frequently. So I'm going to go ahead and take him as the #1 player right here. Right before him, we need something to counteract him, so we're going to take some Barbarians and use them as well. Then we're going to get ourselves this Fireball, place it right here. Keep the Giant because this is kind of a slow-moving strategy, but at the same time, it usually works because they're so hard to take out. Alright, so now we need some fast troops. So first of all, we're actually going to go and take these minions right here, place them inside of here, and we're going to take an Expo. I know this is a mean strategy, but so many people use this, it's a pain. And we're not going to keep the Wizard, we're actually going to replace the Wizard with an Archer, and we're going to replace the arrows with these guys. Now there are, once again, quite a few variations of these strategies, but the overall strategy is the same, at least the way that you use it. Now, if you guys are wondering why the heck aren't I showing all these strategies, well, it just would not work. The video would end up being a half an hour. So what I decided is that I'm actually going to be streaming myself using each of these strategies over the next couple of days on my camcorder. So go follow at I.O.N.M.A.S if you want me to prove that these strategies are pretty solid. Now, there are also variations as to how you use these strategies, and that is why this video would take an insane amount of time if I were to go and actually go like, oh, you have to place this here and you should start off with this troop and place this building right next to this tower. That's just not possible to put into this video. So go ahead, try out these strategies, see what works, see what doesn't, and of course, I encourage you guys to tweak these strategies so they work for you. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys one last one. Alright ladies and gents, so we're actually going to finish off the video with a replay, and the reason that I'm doing this is because I simply don't have some of the troops that are mentioned here. Now speaking of me not having troops, one of the main me not including super high level strategies is the fact that I am not super high level yet. But then again, you guys might ask, wait, I could have just gone on here and taken a look at some of the strategies that these guys use, but I feel like I really want to stream and really show you guys how to properly use some of the strategies that I mentioned and the ones that have been working for my clan, some of the strategies that have been working inside of forums, the comments, and this video was sort of a combination of what troops work and what troops basically don't, what combinations are the best and always work, and what combinations you should probably avoid. Now, TV Royale is a great place to find new strategies. Now, it's a good way to see what works, what doesn't, and if you guys want to basically have an unlimited supply of the million combinations that you guys can make with this game, well, then go ahead and check out TV Royale. Of course, these mini replays are getting 500,000 views now, which is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. Now in the meantime, the reason I made this video is more or less for the guys who are around my level, who have some of the troops that you originally unlocked, but at the same time, you guys also have maybe the free spell, and you're around the level 7, 8, 9 type of place, and you're trying to defend against people who are similar to you. And that was basically the whole thing of this video. Now obviously I'm going to make another variation of this video as soon as I, well, unlock more troops and jump into higher places inside this game, and of course become an overall better player. So work with me here. Hopefully you guys at least like some of the strategies that I showed off. And there is one last strategy that I want to show you guys, and this is basically a strategy for you guys to defend against people who than you. So of course there are multiple times that I got placed with people who either gemmed or they simply just happened to unlock really awesome troops. Now of course, as you guys can see, the person that James is attacking against, oh by the way, feel free to join my clan, I.O.N.C.L.A.S.H, and if you guys can see, James right here is defending against someone who obviously has some troops that may be better than what he currently has, but that's not to say that he isn't going to defend. After all, James is currently level 7, and of course this guy is level 9. So who do you think is going to win? Well, let's take a look. So of course I'm going to speed this up for a second, and Barbarians are coming this way. Bomber should be able to take them out pretty quickly. Here comes a Hog Rider, which should be able to take out Bomber. Free spell on those guys. They start at the tower, but Barbarians thankfully go after, and as you can see, Prince takes out a giant chunk of that tower right before being taken out by the drag over there. Now the drag is flapping its wings coming our way, but thankfully we stop it with a dragon once again. So it goes to show that we are defending pretty well against this guy, even though he seems to have much better troops than we do. And it really does come down to how well do you know your strategy. If there's one thing I can tell you guys about this game, it's that I feel like any strategy, if you practice it enough, can defend against any set of troops, and I think that's how Supercell wanted to design this game as well. Any strategy really can work if you choose to master a strategy, and if you're one of those people who are going to change your strategies every 10 minutes, then of course don't go with that strategy. Also, there's plenty of strategies mentioned inside of this video. That's not to say you guys should go and basically not try all of them. I suggest you try all of them, see what works for you, see what gets you the 3-star, and then afterwards go and master one particular strategy. Don't jump to the next YouTube video and be like, oh, I'm gonna try this strategy now, and basically have one solid strategy and then kind of change it up, one troop here, maybe add a free spell and change about in exchange for a lightning spell here and there. And that's basically the way to go. But the point is proven with this one last replay. As you guys can see, although James is a level 7 and he was attacking against a level 9, it does kind of come down to how well do you know your troops, how well can you place things. And if placement was important in Clash of Clans, placement is insanely important in this game, and that's what I'm going to leave off with, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was pretty detailed. Hopefully I got you guys some cool strategies to try out. If so, leave a like on the video, and I will try to pump out more videos as we go. I know I'm not uploading as consistently as I did, but I'm trying to fix that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me locking off.
Learn to play, he'll teach you fast, cause I.O.N.M.A.S, no compare contrast. With this competition he fucking blast, cause everybody be placing last. Variety, yeah, it's very vast, like 100 videos they getting past. Those I.O.N links you better click, cause his videos are fucking sick. You better sell, cause I really think that I.O.N.C.L.A.S.H is the place to click. I hope you make it to 7 digits of YouTube subs on both accounts. Yeah, talent and you got large amounts, and YouTube views too large to count as we go. Yeah.